We're not waiting for opportunity, we create an opportunity. We're not waiting for opportunity, we create an opportunity. So I want to talk about holding on to the old you. I want to tell you how much you holding on to the old you is stopping you from reaching your success, your goals, your wants, your adventures in life. I want to tell you how you holding on to that is what's causing you the most blockage that you could ever think of. So let me show you. We usually say someone else is pointing out our wrongs of what we used to do and what we used to be in life and the failures that we had. Now, or the so-called failures, right? Because they're not failures, they're lessons that we're learning, right? So during the change in our life, and we're in a different place in life, people may be around us for that time or may have not seen us for a while, and we go hang out or we're around, and people start either waiting for you to have a slip, to throw something out there, or people throw it at you jokingly. Like, oh, you remember da 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 da. And the undertones seem a bit like, why are you bringing that up? Like, for yourself, like, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to be there anymore. I'm over that. You know, or they're still treating you in that manner of what you used to be, how you used to act, or what you failed on, or still thinking that you can't achieve what you, because of that. You know, you may have parents, for instance, still treating you like, yo, you 10, 12, 11, 13, 15 years old. And you in your 20s, 30s, paying bills, right? Taking care of your own family. And they still treating you as if you were their child, right? You are their child, but treating you like a child is what I'm saying. Treating you like you're not independent. Or you have people as well who see how you used to have a certain lifestyle and how good or bad it was, whatever it was. How, I mean, I say good or bad, but how whatever it caused or whatever happened, they bring that up, and you're no longer in that lifestyle anymore, or you're no longer in that, and they bring it up randomly, or they bring it up every time you have an encounter, or they make a joke of it, you know, or they say, oh, you're about to react like this because that's how you used to react, even though that's not how you're going to react now. Constantly throwing these darts in your face. Or you just have the same people who like to bring up jokingly your failures that you've been through, you know, or make jokes on you about what you're going through at that time, and keep on reminding you of that. Now, let me tell you what they're doing. It's not just them. It's you. They're supporting something you already think. They're supporting something you believe. And they're supporting something you're holding on to. So when this comes at you, you feel like, oh my God, I can't get over this. This is going to keep happening. I can't do better. I can't get out of this. I can't get out of this rut. I can't go. So you start taking that with you with everything else you're doing now, because of this failure you had, or this mistake you made, or this lifestyle you lived, or because someone is still treating you like a child, right? Or still treating you like this person you used to be. So you feel that's all you're going to be capable of doing, or being this, that. So you can't get out of that role of thought process for you to enjoy your life, even though you know you've done the things, you're doing the things to transition from that. But you're constantly in a fear, you're constantly in a worry, and you're constantly not believing in yourself because of your past errors. So it's not really just them, it's you. Because if you didn't believe that those past things can harm you today, what they say wouldn't bother you. What they say wouldn't hold you up. Your conflicts of life because of your past, conflicts that you may have now because of your past, wouldn't affect you as much. But every time you may have a conflict with it, you sit back and you're like, see, I can't do this. It's not going to happen. Forget it. What am I doing this for? For what? Nothing's going to happen. It's not going to change. They're not going to give me an opportunity. I'm not going to be able to win. I'm not going to be able to get that far. I'm not going to make that much. I guess it's just meant to be what it is like this, and it's fine. and you stay in that rut and you don't get the best you. You don't get the best you. You don't get to be the best you because of this. Because they're supporting what you're already thinking. If they say what they say, or they do what they do, or whatever interactions you may have that may use your past against you now, and you don't care about it, you're going to continue to move forward until you get into the position or get into where you're trying to get into in life. And you're going to be happy every time because you're like, yo, another one is lost, man. They just lost. Because our relationship or, our venture or whatever could have happened would have been great. And now I don't have to waste my time with those kind of people. Right? I am telling you, we are losing out in life because we're holding on to our past. We're holding on to those things. We're holding on to what we once were. We're holding on to our losses. We're holding on to our mistakes. Let me tell you, I love Black History Month, right? It's cool. Like, I don't have nothing against it. It's great. But I don't care to be reminded every Black History Month about whatever slavery and whatever things that they claim that happened to us and was done to our people, right? I'm not saying things weren't done to our people, for you people out there, but other people who know what's up. They know, they get what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, I don't want to be reminded of that every time. Listen, we had a history before Black History Month. We had a history before 1,400 years ago. We had a history over 3,000 years ago. We had a history in the beginning of the time. We were inventors then. We created things then. We did things then. We were powerful then. So when I hear about people talk about Black History Month and they go ham on it, my response to them is this. Can you make history this month? Can you put your foot down and make history this month? Right? Because when I hear about it, they get entangled up in the negative atmosphere of it. They get tangled up in the anger of it. They get entangled up in slavery. They get entangled up in segregation, right? They get tangled up in lynching and all these negative things they get entangled up with and say, this is why we can't get further in life. This is what's holding me down. This is what's bothering me. This is what's causing this. Instead of saying, you know what? Forget that. I'm going to create history this month. And whoever's not rocking with me or whoever's trying to stop whatever is not going to stop it. And you're going to get up my way. Or I'm going to get you up out my way. And we're going to keep on going. And we're going to keep creating more and more and more. Because like I said, we had a history before Black History Month. We had a history before 1,400 years ago. We had a history prior to that. We had emperors, empresses, we had inventors, we had people who navigated electricity, we had so many people. Everybody had their time. Every culture had their time. Okay? So let's get that out the way. So let's not concerned about the negative thing constantly happening. Let's be concerned about right now so we cannot have a blockage for us to continue. Right? So even with that, right? I had my issues. What happened if I kept on holding on to my mistakes that I made? What happened if I kept on holding on to them mistakes? I wouldn't be in the place I am in mindfully and physically today, right? If I would have held on to having 2 sons by 2 different ladies, right? And not having the greatest relationship with those ladies, how would I have a great marriage now to my wife and my daughter and my son? Because of my relationship with my 2 other sons' mothers. And if I held on to that, I did, right? And how would I continue to try to have a relationship with my kids, my boys now, my 2 other boys, if I held on to that back then? Because what happened? What would that do for me? You understand? And how could I move forward? How could I move forward if I kept on holding on to the mistakes that I made in the streets back in the day? And every time I try to do something differently, people would throw my past in my face and not give me the opportunity, right? But I wasn't waiting for the opportunity because I was creating the opportunity anyway, right? So what would have happened? Oh, well, they said I had a GED, so you can't get nowhere. You can't do much, right? Oh, you can't. Oh, it's gonna be harder for you if you try to go to college for something and do something. Oh, it's gonna be hard for you if you try to. Oh, you gotta. Oh, you've been a criminal before or something like that. What, you've been around that? It's gonna be hard for you to get a job or do something. You're like, what? What? Why? What? I don't know how you're gonna do this. Oh, your family don't have that kind of funds for you to, like, what are you gonna do? You got kids? Like, what are you gonna do? If I thought like that and I kept that thought process, where would I be today? I wouldn't be nowhere, homie. Nowhere. Period. And you know what else I had? I had a wife who was my friend, who was my lady at the time, who I'd always say to her, because she had to me that image life of how, it was supposed to be. Like, you do this, and you have your goal and it works out. Not saying she didn't have her thing, because she had some, like, she had to fight for hers, is what I'm saying. She had to fight for hers, and she fought for hers. Trust me. I salute my hats off to my wife. She fought for hers. Ain't nobody gave her nothing. She took all of hers. You heard? But I would go like, why you want to be here? Because I was in the transition of changing. Like, I was in the transition of changing and trying things differently to try to get a different outcome than the stereotypical outcome I was getting and what I was putting myself into. I'm like, why would you want to be here? And her response to me was, because I see in you what God sees in you. She's not religious, none of that. She's not religious. I'm looking at her, you seeing me what God sees in me. She's like, yeah, and I can't wait till you see it too. And this is a person who's supporting the other part, the part of me trying to get to where I'm trying to get to, the change I'm trying to make, and what I'm going through with these changes. The hardship that's presenting itself to me. And she's willing to take this roller coaster ride with me. And telling me, baby, you better buckle up a little bit more, clip up, Get on this roller coaster, you gotta get it down. And baby, hold my hand by the way too, because I'm a bit worried myself. Because she see the strength in me and she pushed that. Now, what happened if I would have just listened to everybody else only who was just like, whoa, bro, well, you did this, you got this, how is this possible? How you gonna make this happen? Oh man, da-da-da. And then the people around me who thought process was the same way. People I cared about dearly, but their thought process was not thinking they can come out of that. Because of the hardship to come out of it. Because of the people pointing at them. But again, like I told you, if you don't have it in your mind already, no matter what anybody says to you, is not gonna happen. It's not gonna change you. I'm telling you, because if you have it in your mind already and you're worried about that and you're concerned about that, you are already causing the blockage for yourself, for you to get beyond that. For you to get beyond where you at. You're blocking yourself. And let's take it like this too. It's not even just holding on to bad things that happen. What about holding on to behaviors, thought processes, right? What about holding on to that? You know what I'm saying? What about holding on to that, right? What happened if people during the industry phase of life, like it was like industry where everybody was like building cars and things like that and working the lines and manufacturing. What happened if they couldn't adjust themselves to technology? And a lot of them couldn't. A lot of them didn't have the information to get to it either, but a lot of them couldn't. What happened? They went poor. They were done. You have to be able to change from that and move on from that and accept that it happened and you move on from it. You don't need to hold on to that in life. You don't need to hold on to these constant trends, behaviors, and attitudes you had before. Just because you had to have an attitude because a guy did you wrong, you're going to have an attitude with every guy because one guy did you wrong? Seriously? Seriously. You're going to have an attitude with every person because one person or group of people did you wrong. Seriously. That's what you're going to hold on to. So now they're affecting your day. They're affecting who you are. And they control you. Your movements. Because they would control your responses. Because you're still holding on to that. Don't hold on to that no more. Hold on to this right now. You and who you are and what you are. Hold on to that right now. Your dreams, your goals, your visions, right? Your success, your adventure. Hold on to that, right? And that you made it out of that. You made it out of that and you still here. You still standing. I still standing. You understand? Until I take my last breath, I'm going to keep going. No, you can't. There's no other power than that. The will. The will. So we got to really take it in on ourselves and what we saying to ourselves. How we dealing with ourselves. And stop holding ourselves to who we used to be. Stop holding ourselves to our old mistakes, our old failures, our old lifestyles, our old thought processes. It's time to change. The change is going to happen. It's going to come. It's here. Do it. Enjoy it. Don't allow them to hold you to that. And if they all, get rid of them. You don't need them in your circle. You don't need them in your circle. You understand? If they're not for you, they're against you. And if they can't measure up to what you need, then why are you around them? Is a waste of time and energy for them and for you. Not just even for you, for them also. Like, it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time. How you gonna mix water and oil? Like, well, what are you doing here? It don't happen. Go ahead, try it. It don't happen. And you're not gonna drink from the cup, even if it does. So, with yourself, please, go in your mind, say, be truthful for yourself. Write it down. Whatever it is that's holding you back from your past that you feel about, that you've been dealing with, that you haven't dealt with, I should say. Deal with it and let it go. Do whatever process and steps you need to do to move forward. Don't allow it to hold you back and hold you grounded when you're trying to take a flight up out of here. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get up there to Mars with the rest of them and hang out and see what's out there. Don't allow it to hold you down. Don't let it weigh you down anymore. Let it go. Let it go. So write it down. Be honest with yourself. Figure out why. Get a result for it, a solution, and move forward from it. And anyone who reminds you of that, and you tell them the one time, hey, don't bring that kind of talk to me. Or, hey, listen, I'm not that. Or, hey, we're not doing this. And they don't get it and they continue, then you cut them. Cut. That's it. We don't got time for it because we don't need nobody supporting the negative in your life. If somebody's trying to help you, to tell you in your life, that's different. To help you out is different. But some people can't see that it's doing more damage, that you're not that anymore. So let's do that, man. Let's go ahead and let's realize and accept the change, that we changed, that we're not who we used to be. We're no longer that. Ain't no more kidding me. You know what I'm saying? Let's move forward with that. You heard? Like, don't let that bother you, man. Don't let it stop your growth. Don't let it stop who you are. Don't let it stop your enjoyment of this life and your adventures. Don't let no one's trying to put you down or, what they believe is what it is. Don't do it. Enjoy it today. Do what you know you got to do, man. Live your best life that you can. You heard? All right.